As a creative, I have been stuck in a rut. During that rut, I've written 20 books, 500 songs, built more websites than I can remember, and turned out quite a few three-legged stools in my wood shop for friends and family. I've been making stuff during this entire rut. The rut has been my entire creative life, and it's not writer's block. It's not builder's block. It's not a creative block. I build stuff, I create stuff. The rut has been creating and then waiting for the applause. And getting it, by the way, but it's never enough. I'm not sure if it's some kind of hedonic treadmill or imposter syndrome, or my brain throwing out some kind of bias that makes it so that the applause never really means as much to me as I'm sure it means to those who are sharing it. But no external validation has ever had any real lasting value, which any creative can tell you. Sorry fans, it's not you, it's me. But here's why. I have always wanted to create instructional videos ever since I discovered you could make video. I've been aware of YouTube since it began. But I always pushed back against the idea of becoming a YouTuber because to me the point was either become popular, which is intrinsically a losing battle, or making money through like sponsorships, which to me is the first step on the slippery slope to unethic town, or through advertisements, which are to me anathema. So then just don't monetize them, right? Okay, but the challenge is it would be easy to judge their value by the external factors that I'm trying to avoid, rather than the joy that I get from the creative act. It would be easy to just measure likes, shares, comments, and things like that. So then couldn't I just not allow comments on my videos? Find some way to block the rest of that external validation. Well, the thing is, focusing on avoiding external validation is still focusing on the external validation. If you focus on what you don't want, you're still focusing on what you don't want. So then what I need to do to succeed at this is to focus on what I want, to focus on the right thing being my own creative joy. And so what I can do, what I've figured out in the last month or so of some pretty serious emotional and artistic churning, is that I can focus on the right thing by writing. I love writing and not typing. Typing is easy, but writing with my hand, with pens in a journal. If I keep an emotional journal of the process, and it was at this point in my typing to think journey a day or two ago that I realized this is my first video for this series. If I journal in the 6 different colors of my expensive fountain pens and the really nice Noodler's ink, all of the waypoints, the joy that I find along the way, and the challenges and how I overcame them, and then the big final hurrah when each one is done, and the whole overall journey. If I write that all down, I'll have a tangible record of my own joy. And in fact, it will be more tangible than the shares, likes, subscribes, and comments, because I will write it down by hand, making it real. Writing makes things real. And that's the next video. You might notice that I didn't say, if you want to see that video, tell me in the comments. Why would I ask you what will bring me the greatest joy in creating my next video? I'm Joel D. Canfield.